Okay, so it's 9:30, so let's begin. As usual, always monitor your own condition. Okay, so if you don't feel well, feel free to slow down, stop, be aware of your surroundings, etc. So we just want moderate intensity without being overly short of breath, just a little bit. Okay, so let's start off our usual, just a gentle marching to start with. Okay, so we can focus on our breathing at this moment. So taking a deep breath in. Okay, so when we're not breathing heavily, we want to be using more of our diaphragm, which is roughly just a little bit higher than our belly button. So as you breathe in, your belly should expand. As you breathe out, it should sink back in. Okay, and we just want to keep our shoulders maybe a little bit more relaxed. Okay, if you're really out of breath or we're taking deep breaths in and out, your shoulders would go up and down as well. But when we're more in a calmer situation, we want to be mostly using our diaphragm. Okay, so let's just take a couple of deep breaths in through the nose. Okay, and out through the mouth. Okay, let's move our kind of joints as well. So just side to side. So keeping a tall posture as you do so. Okay, let's add a little bit of vision. So just stare, look at the camera, and then just still turn side to side. Okay, but keep your focus on the camera because you're looking at the same place while you're turning your head a little bit side to side. So you're glancing actually side through the side of your eyes. Okay, and let's do the same thing up and down. So at first, just relax the eyes while you're looking up and down. I'm going to let more people in. And when you feel comfortable, you're just going to still look at the camera or some object in the distance, and you're just going to move your head while keeping the focus on whatever you're looking at. Okay, a little bit side to the head. It's just gently just a side tilt. Okay, and just move the shoulders up and down. Okay, maybe breathing in, breathing out. Okay, kind of similar, but we're going to get our chin a little closer to our collarbone. If you stretch maybe a little further back, closer to the back of the neck. Okay, and we're just going to do the same thing, still moving the shoulders up and down. Okay, maybe 3 to 5 times. Okay, and just back to center. Okay, and we're just going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So tilting the head sideways. Okay, and still moving the shoulders up and down. 3 to 5 times. Okay, then chin closer to the opposite collarbone, or the same side collarbone rather. Okay, and still up and down. Okay, and back to center. Okay, and we just roll the shoulder blade in a big circle. Slowly bring your chest, your spine along for the ride. Okay, so bring your chest up as you bring your shoulders up and back. Okay, bring your chest down a little bit as you roll your shoulders down and forward. Okay, maybe a few times out of the way. Okay, so let's move our shoulders. Okay, by just doing a gentle circle to our side. Okay, and then maybe just 5 seconds each direction. Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's bring it out to the side. Okay, so try to stretch out both arms. Your shoulders kind of lowered. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of the way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and coming back there. Okay, when you reach upwards, we're just going to do one hand at a time. Okay, so just start off gently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With just 5 seconds. Okay, out of the way. So you can go as slow as you need to. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm going to let more people in. Just do the same for the other side. Okay, so just reach the size you feel comfortable. Okay, just gently 5 seconds one direction and then 5 seconds that direction. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5. On the way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm going to reach across the chest. Okay, so this is my right arm reaching over to my left side. Okay, squeezing my arm into my chest. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Opposite direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, same thing. So this is my left arm going to my right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And away. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and we're just going to swing arms forward to back. See if you can open up the palms. Okay, so try to point your fingers backwards. Feel the engagement muscle in the back of the hand. Just going back and forth. See if you can reach a little further back with your shoulders as well. Okay, gently see if you can reach a little bit further behind your neck. Okay, elbows up. Okay, and we'll do the same thing side to side. So still try to pull your fingers back. Okay, give yourselves a hug. Three to 5 times. Okay, and just rotate your wrists. Okay, rotate maybe the other way. Okay, try to rotate each finger. Maybe 2 to 3 times, just each finger. It's okay if multiple fingers move at the same time. Okay, but make sure the one that you're trying to move is moving. Okay, and just wiggle all your fingers. Okay, bending the tips of the fingers as well. Okay, and shaking out. Okay, and we'll start the timer. We're just going to gently go a little bit, maybe a little quicker than before, maybe a little bigger motion than before. Okay, so still starting off a little bit slower. Hopefully everyone can hear the beep in the background. I'm still trying to actually put it onto the screen. Okay, hopefully I'll get that fixed by next week. So swinging from the shoulders, relaxing the shoulders, moving it back and forth. Okay, maybe a little bigger, either a little bigger motion or a little bit faster. How fast is completely up to you. Let the person in. The foot should be maybe a little bit off the ground. Shoulders swing back and forth. We're soon warm up the body, okay, lower body, so exaggerate motion a little more, so try to bring the foot up a little higher, arms, whatever level you feel comfortable with. Back to the march. Once again, slowly speed up if you feel comfortable. So next one, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to try to just bend our knees. If you want, you can even reach behind you. Try to see if you can get a heel to be closer to your fingertips as you kind of kick the leg back. Okay, so a little bit, imagine trying to just get your heel a little closer to your hands. Okay, it's okay if you don't want to have your hands behind your back. You just try to kick the heel a little higher up. Okay, feeling your body shifting side to side. Okay, engaging the muscles in the back of the thighs. The fingertips just gives us a target. Okay, and back to the marching. So myself, I'm slowly speeding up. I should still be able to talk. So feel like my breathing is increased, but I don't feel like I'm gasping for air. Okay, next one, let's walk on the side of the hips. Okay, so we're just going to reach out on the other side with our one foot. Okay, so I'm just tapping under my toes. Okay, or try actually, if you want, you can alternate between the toes and the heels. So if you touch the heels, you're gonna have to drop it down a little bit. Okay, so we're moving using the muscles in the front of the thighs as you touch the heels. Hands can be just doing whatever you feel comfortable doing. Okay, I'm still slowly speeding up. Okay, so let's check our intensity. We're gonna do a talk test. So just take a breath in, counting out loud in one breath in a normal talking voice. Okay, so see how high we can count up to. So take a breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so for myself, I'm a little bit out of breath. Okay, so that's good enough for me. Okay, so I'm going to probably keep it the same pace. If you can easily count to 10 and 15 or even higher, maybe consider speeding up a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to keep marching for now. Okay, we're still going to do a little bit of side stepping, so we're just going to side to side. Okay, let's add the hands a little bit. So as you reach over to one side, see you can just kind of reach in the same direction. Okay, if you feel comfortable, kind of look maybe the same direction as you're reaching or moving. Okay, and back to the center. Okay, we're still going to be reaching side to side. Okay, but we're going to add one more step. Okay, so we're going to do one cross. Okay, and then one reach. So we alternate between two hands. Okay, so we're going to be crossing. Okay, and then reaching the step. Okay, so it's a kind of a two step. Okay, so we're going to reach. Sorry, cross reach. Okay, and then you can cross, reach, cross, reach, cross, reach, cross, reach. Okay, so you're still moving side to side. Okay, just a little bit more coordination. Okay, and back to you. Similar idea. This time we're going to do cross, cross. Okay, and then reach, reach. Okay, and then cross, cross. Opposite way, reach, reach. Okay, so we cross, cross, reach, reach, cross, cross, reach, reach, cross, cross, reach, reach. Okay, so it's still just more coordination. Okay, a little bit of memorizing which way you're going. Take it as slow as you want. And back to the center. Okay, next one, we're just going to be stepping forward and backwards. Okay, just always track your surroundings, make sure you're given a space, a little bit of space in front and behind you. Sometimes it's easy to slip if we're going backwards and forwards, so just be a little careful. Okay, so we're just going to be moving back and forth a few steps. Feel free to take it a little bit more quickly if you feel comfortable. We're kind of practicing being able to switch directions. This is also a form of kind of dynamic balance. So balance once again is not just kind of standing still, it's being able to switch direction or move without kind of falling. And back to the marching. Okay, so we're kind of still doing a cross, but this time with the kind of the knee. So you're going to be, as you cross and try to touch the opposite knee of the hands. Okay, and you'll be kind of doing still cross, cross, walking forward, cross, cross, moving backwards. So we cross, cross, moving forward, cross, cross, moving backwards, cross, cross, forward, cross, cross. Okay, if you feel comfortable, you can try to increase the pace slightly. Okay, and back to the marching. So we have about 1 minute left, so I think this was 30 seconds actually. So let's try to maybe pick up the pace a little bit. A couple more seconds. Okay, so that was 10 minutes. Okay, so let's slow back down. Okay, when you feel like you're not breathing too heavily, we can add just a little bit of balance to this, just as almost like a mini cool down. Okay, so we're still moving forward and back, okay, but this time we're kind of walking more on a tightrope. Okay, so feet are a little bit closer together. How close is up to you? Okay, so of course, the more narrow it is, the harder it is to balance. Okay, but when you feel comfortable, see if you can get it a little bit more narrow. Okay, if this is very easy for you, add a little bit of neck turning. So still, should we try to keep focus on the screen? Okay, while you are looking, moving your head side to side. So I'm still glancing at my camera while I'm turning side to side. Okay, you can also add a little bit of challenge. Okay, so you can kind of move one hand maybe back and forth, just on one side, which makes it a little bit harder to balance because you're not symmetrical. Okay, so just okay, you can still add a left turn or up and down if you want. Okay, and just now slow down. Okay, so let's check the time. So right now it's about 9:49. Okay, so let's take a 2-minute break. We'll come back at 9:51. Okay, so just keep moving if you're still out of breath. Drink enough fluids. Okay, if you don't have any heart failure or things like that, just drink more fluid. Since you can't sweat it out, you can breathe it out as well. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to ask during this time as well. So when you're resting, you can sometimes spend time on things that you need to work on a little bit more. So I know my shoulder's a little tense right now. So I'm going to spend, for myself, I'm going to spend a little bit more time Stretching myself out. For you might be different. But this is how you can, one way you can kind of sneak things in for the day. So if you, for example, if you're doing something, you need a break, sometimes you can add a little bit of a stretch in or other exercise in. Okay, so I think more or less 2 minutes. Okay, let's get started with our second set or second round. Okay, take off my coat. So if you feel warmed up, feel free to take it a little bit more quickly, but still slowly ramp up. Okay, let's march our feet a little wider apart. A little bit of side of hips, a little bit of weight shifting side to side. If you see me kind of glancing out in sides because my monitors on this way, my camera is here. I'm trying very hard to always keep looking at everyone for the camera, but sometimes I just sneak off and look at the side. Okay, so let's kind of do just alternating between narrow, okay, and wide. Okay, if you want, you can go pretty wide, okay, or back to narrow. Okay, as you go narrow, if you want, you can always also go up onto your tiptoes. Okay, so think of stretching yourself outside the side, getting a little taller and more narrow. Okay, and back to the margin. For the next one, let's get wider front to back. This one, you have a feet, 1 foot in front, 1 foot behind, and you're going to be feeling your waist shifting forward and back. Okay, you're going to try to kind of switch legs. So you're going to be getting wider front to back to the center, getting wider, a little wider front to back on the other side. Okay, so forward and back, waist shifting front to back to the center. You can go up on the tiptoes a little bit if you want, and wider front to back again on the opposite foot. Just do whatever you need to do to maintain balance. And back to the margin. We're going to go into the square steps. Okay, so we're moving forward, one to one side, backwards, kind of back to where you begin, and repeat. Okay, so you're just going to be taking steps. You can do bigger steps. You can do a couple of small steps. Okay, whatever you feel more comfortable with. But if you can, maybe try to see if you can go a little bigger steps. Feel free to switch directions. Okay, and if you feel comfortable, see if you can speed up a little bit. Switch directions midway. Okay, and back to where we began. A little bigger motion in the arms. Let's just kind of reach just to forehead level. Okay, and let's try to kind of reach out to the side, back up top. Just a little quicker than before. So we're going to just do also a little more coordination. So we're going to be moving forward and back, okay, but we're going to be kind of a little bit sideways. So you're going to be, your hips are not necessarily completely forward, you're going to be a little sideways. Whatever arm is in front, you're going to kind of reach. Again, we're going to do a cross. So kind of like boxing drill. So it's going to be what we call jab, okay, and then cross, and then rotate your body. Okay, you're going backwards, the same thing, jab, cross. So jab, cross, jab, cross. Okay, if you feel comfortable, you can speed that up a little bit. Jab, cross. So the jab is just whatever arm is in front, cross is the arm in the back. We do the same thing, just opposite side, so you can tilt your body the opposite way, so the back hand is not the front. Okay, but we'll just mask for 30 seconds first. Okay, so getting ready, we're going to tilt the body a little sideways. Okay, so I'm going to jab, cross, jab, cross. Okay, so just coordinate between the upper and lower body. They're kind of doing different things. Take it as slow as you want or as quickly as you want. Okay, we're trying to rotate your body as you reach. Okay, so next one, we're going to be a little more single leg balance. Maybe still body is slightly tilted. Okay, but you're going to be kind of kicking forward and back on the same leg. So you'll be just lifting your knee, okay, and then reaching back. Okay, we're going to do that for kind of 30 seconds or so. Okay, so just kind of pretty much you're balancing on the opposite leg. Okay, but you're trying to reach backwards and lift the knee. You can also do it with more of a straight leg if you want. The one that's getting tight is the one that's the leg that's not moving, because that's the one that's working hard to stabilize your body. Okay, and back to the march. Next one, we're going to do the same thing, just kicking with the other leg. Okay, just getting ready to kind of just kick with the other leg. Just doing whatever it needs to do. But balancing on one leg, and the other leg just swinging back and forth. If you want to make this harder, you can kind of reach up and kind of touching the knee. Okay, and back to the punch. Okay, so next one, we kind of do the boxing drill again, but this time instead of crossing of our hands, we do the counter kick. Okay, so we'll be doing the jab, okay, and then got the knee, okay, and then jab, knee again. Okay, so take this one a little bit slower. Okay, so we kind of jab, jab, knee, jab, jab. And the knee could be just lifting leg up. Okay, doesn't you don't have to really kick someone, just do it safely, lift the leg up. Okay, take it slow as you need to for safety. Okay, but also feel free to take it a little slower. We'll just do one more round, just repeat on the other side. Okay, so just marching for a little bit first. Okay, so we do the same thing, just opposite side. Okay, so maybe turn the body slightly the other way. So still reach, jab, jab, okay, and knee up. You can just do a little bit of a kick if you want to as well. Okay, whatever you feel safe doing. Okay, and slowing back down. Okay, so gradually decrease the pace. Maybe until you're just shifting your weight side to side. Okay, so while we're still calming down heart rate, let's once again do a little bit of balance. Okay, so we're just going to do practice a cross step. So you can just start off with just one foot in front of the other, run the other foot out. Okay, and so you're just moving side to side. Okay, with kind of one foot in front of the other. Okay, if you feel comfortable, you can cross your legs. Okay, but that's maybe a little bit scarier. But we're still just getting comfortable moving our feet in different ways. We're just doing this kind of like a cool down, a mini cool down. And shake things off. Okay, let's check the time again. Right now about 10:04. Okay, let's take a 2-minute break again. So come back at around 10:06. As usual, walk around if you still feel your heart rate is a little high up. Use this time to do stretches if you want to. So myself, I'm still feeling, I kind of hurt my shoulder yesterday. So I'm going to just stretch it out a little bit for myself. You can do any other stretches if you want. If you find your shoulder stiff, you might do more of that. If your hips are stiff, you can do that as well. Everyone can be different, maybe doing different, and maybe you should do different things. Feel free to just rest as well. More seconds. Okay, so let's start our final round for today. Gradually speeding up. Okay, so that's kind of reach our hands up a little bit while we're marching. Okay, we're gonna add a little bit of side leaning to this. Okay, so we're gonna just kind of lean sideways slightly. Okay, and you can kind of just switch sides when you feel comfortable. Okay, just try to imagine reaching up with the hands. And slowly speeding up. Okay, next one, we still have to have our hands up, okay, but we can kind of a little bit lunging to the side. Okay, so have the hands reaching up, okay, and we're just going to take a bigger step side to side, keeping our chest up. The shoulders might feel a little tight, or the back might also feel like you have to engage your back muscles to keep your arms up, your shoulders up. Shoulders might be getting a little tight by now. And let them just relax. Kind of spending more time in a position that we're not used to doing, or we don't do very much in day-to-day life. Similar idea next one, so we still have hands up this time, but we're taking a step back and then back to our original position. Okay, so hands up. Okay, we're just going to take a step back. Okay, and moving back and forth while keeping our arms up, keeping our chest up a little bit. Okay, take as small of a step as you want, or as big. If your knees have problems, you can even drop down a little bit, but only if your knees have no concern at all. Okay, so shoulders, top of the side of the shoulders, side of the neck, or the shoulders might be a little stiff by now. Okay, so let's shake things off. Next one, we're going to just go into more of a squatting, so feet shoulder width apart. We're going to start the marching, but we're just going to go up in the air and then reaching up as you reach up, as we usually do. Okay, so it's just a little bit of a squat. Okay, remember you want to push your butts back. Knees are not jamming forward. The butt goes back. Okay, so roll the hips. If you want, you can go a little bit more to the arms today. Okay, imagine kind of flinging yourself up. We have 6 more minutes. Next one, we're still going a little bit more of the arms. So we'll be going to a mini squat, okay, and we're just going to be swinging arms up and down. So feet a little wider, okay, we're just going to swing arms up and down, okay, and we're just going to go also up and down at the same time. Okay, so from a slightly deeper squat to kind of a mini squat. Okay, but once again, go only as low as your knee allows you to without pain. So you're just kind of hovering in the mini squats. Find something a little tight. Next one, similar idea. We're going to be moving arms side to side. Okay, we're also going to be shifting our weight a little bit side to side while you're squatting down slightly. So you're going to feel your weight shifting over to one leg and then shifting over the other leg. Still have your butt pushed back. Your knees still shouldn't be in front of your toes. Okay, so feet will be a little wider, squatting there. You're going to go side to side, arms. Okay, and you're just going to be shifting a little bit side to side. Okay, of course, the lower you are, the harder it becomes. Your feet should be still flat on the ground. Your weight should actually be a little bit closer to your heels instead of your toes. Just a little easier on your knees this way. Next one, a little bit of a balance. It's a little bit different. Okay, so still squatting there. Okay, but this side, the bottom, we're just going to go up onto our tiptoes. Okay, so hands just do whatever you need to do to stay balanced. Okay, but we're doing combining a kind of a mini squat with a kind of a heel raise. So feel free to hold on to something if you need to. If it's probably getting a little tight by now. Shaking things back out. Okay, let's do simple. We're just going to do the leg raise or the heel raise. Okay, and at the same time, see if you can just swing your arms side to side. If you could go a little quickly, more quickly, if you want to. Next one, we're just going to go to the front again. Okay, so this time we're going to go knee, knee, okay, and then kick, kick. Okay, so it's two similar movements, but okay, so knee, knee, kick, kick, knee, knee, kick, kick. Okay, so it'll be knee first, okay, then reach your toes. Slowly speed up if you want. Okay, this one we're just going to go a little quicker. Okay, so last one, let's just go into a little bit of a, almost like a jog. Just a little quicker. 15 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and slowing back down. Okay, once again, we're going to just go into a little bit of a footwork just as a cool down. For this one, you might need a little more space, okay, but we're going to do the figure 8 walk. Okay, so we are going to be kind of walking forward. So you're going to be turning slightly. Bigger space you have, the easier it becomes. Okay, and crossing over to the other side. Okay, so you can imagine like the number 8, you're following that shape. Okay, so if you have bigger space, a little bit longer, that'll be a little better. So people usually don't fall when they go in just forward and back. Usually they a little bit of rotation, a little bit of turning. Okay, so we're going to practice this kind of turn. Okay, and one thing you can add to if you want is, once again, when we're walking around, our eyes usually tracking something. Like let's say you're moving in the grocery stores, you're looking at something while you're maneuvering the crowd. So what you can do is that, once again, you can focus on something in the distance while you're doing the turning. See if you can kind of keep looking at that object, okay, until you have to turn and look the other way. Okay, but we're practicing kind of just moving around while tracking something in the distance, almost kind of glancing behind us even. This is something that we might actually do in a day-to-day, or you can just imagine someone calling behind you and you have to turn, but you're still kind of walking in one direction. Or let's say you're leaving and someone saying bye, and you have to, you're leaving the train station, and someone say bye, you turn around looking, but you're still walking in that direction. So it's just another form of kind of dynamic balance. Okay, so let's just do a little bit of cooldown, stretching for cooldown. It'll be easier if you have a chair or at least a wall. We'll be just doing our usual bunch of stretches, starting with the hip flexors because we've been lifting up. So this one, you're just going to have 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Toes going to be pointing out slightly if you want to. Okay, so this is my left side. Okay, I'm going to be trying to push I'm going to take a breath in while pushing my entire left side forward. Okay, even count my armpits. Okay, so this is my left arm, left leg. So left leg is back, left arm is here. Okay, I'm going to breathe in, kind of push my entire left side forward. You can kind of stay here if you want to, or you can kind of contract, so it's kind of breathing in, reaching forward, relaxing, coming to center. If your shoulders are tight, you can feel free to just lean as well. When you're ready, just switch over to the other side. So each side we do 35 deep breaths in and out. Okay, so this time my right leg is back. I'm pushing my right side forward. This time I'm taking a deep breath in. Let's check things out. Let me just do kind of a little bit of hip circles, or moving hips side to side. Okay, on to the calf stretch. So you can either have your foot on a chair or a wall. If you have something like a yoga block or something, it's a break or something that you can break, or thick book, you can also just kind of put your toes on the thing. This kind of stretches, kind of same idea. Might be more comfortable if you're not wearing shoes. I'm still trying to bring the back of my foot closer to my shin. Okay, similar idea, but this time your knees is a little more forward. let's repeat on the other side. Okay, so once again, either on the chair or something they can step on. Getting our hips more forward. My chair is actually not that heavy, so that's why I'm using the yoga block instead. It's kind of sliding around. Okay, and then the knee forward one, but make sure your knees are still over the foot. Okay. A little bit of shoulders. Okay, just the general shoulder stretch. Teach on the other side. Massage a little bit. And we'll just end off a little bit of breathing practice. You have just the hands on the side, your shoulders lay back. And we should take a couple of deep breaths in and out. As you breathe in, maybe feel just a little bit of stretch in front of the chest. Try to bring the chest up a little bit. Be careful that you're not over arching it back. So there's a curve in the back, but you're not doing this. Think of bring your chest up, not so much arching it back. So chest up. And having a neutral back. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Okay, so we'll just do the last one. We're going to take 3 seconds to breathe in, pause for 1 second, okay, and 3 seconds to breathe out. Okay, so taking a deep breath in, move for 1, 2, 3, pause for 1, breathing out for 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to do 5 seconds this time. Okay, so breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pausing for 1, and breathing out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, last one, really slow, 7 seconds. Okay, breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pause for 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back out. Relax any areas you might be a little tense in. Check things out if you want. Okay, and thank you for coming, everyone. I'll still be around if you have any questions. Otherwise, see everyone next time.